Good day, students. You are all welcome back to this first semester in the new calendar year of National Open University of Nigeria. This is the first semester in your 400 level, and we give thanks to the Almighty God that made it possible for every one of us to survive the lockdown and likewise the coronavirus. And I really have faith in him that he that has been keeping us up to this extent will never leave us, and you all complete your program successfully. So I wish you all what you wish yourselves in the remaining 2 semesters for you to graduate from the university. However, based on the courses that you have to take in this first semester, my name is Dr. Bayo Asala. I'm the one that will be taking the course International Relations and Security, and the course code is PCR 417. So we are going to go into details of this course. This is just the introduction part of it. So the course, which is International Relations and Security, is 1 semester course in this university, and it is also available for all students to study the code module of the International Studies Program. The course is suitable for all final year students of political science and international relations. Furthermore, the course consists of 21 units, which according to the course module has 5 modules, and each module is being broken down into some other segments in the very unit. In module 1, you are going to have 4 units. In module 2, 4 units. In module 3, 4 units. But in module 5, you are going to have 5 units. So if you calculate all, you are going to have 21 units that will be examined in details of the nature of the international relations and the security challenges confronting the international system. All of us, we are aware of the security. Let's even take an example, that of Nigeria. And the kind of security that we're having in Nigeria today, it is the same thing that is applicable to all the countries in Africa. And if you are to go to other continents of the world, each country has its own security challenges. So we are going to look at it. It is therefore concerned that about the various characters of relationships among nations, how neighboring nations relate among themselves. In the course of the relationships, we are going to look at the compromise, the confrontation, and the cooperation of these countries that are going to bear to mind in these various states. In the effort of or at protecting their individual national interest, there have been series of clashes that continue to question the nature of security in existence. The course is therefore bound to examine the various forms of confrontation that are plagued the international system. We are going to examine this as well, and we are also going to introduce the measures that have been taken to minimize the incidence of conflict and ensure that the prospects of maintaining international peace and security are realized. Furthermore, there are compulsory prerequisites for this course. The course guide tells us briefly what the course is all about. We are going to discuss this in detail. What are you expected to know in each unit of the module? What course material you need to use and how you can work your way through these course materials. It also emphasizes the necessity for tutors mark assignment. There are also periodic tutorial classes that are going to be linked to this course. And further, we are going to look what you will learn in this very course, that is international relations and security. We are going to look at what is expected for every student that are offering this course should learn. The overall objectives of this very course, that is international relations and security, is to expose the students to the whole grounds of issues surrounding the attainments and maintenance of a secure global environment where a sense of continuity and harmony will prevail. We are very conscious of this, that where there is no peace, where there is insecurity, it will be very difficult for that country to develop, because the resources that are meant to do for economic development, political development, educational development, even in health sector, are being utilized to be able to sponsor war in these countries. And if all these resources are being diverted or being meant to develop these nations, definitely the nation will strike. It is very peculiar in Africa, because if you are to look at it, there is no any country in Africa that does not have a taste of war, either intra-war or inter-war, especially intra-war, that's a war within the state. And this is one of the factors that have reduced African nations to become what we are today. So the issue of studying international relations and security is very, very important in this country. Your understanding of this course will serve to expose you to a very important part of international studies that deal with the probable nature of relationships among nations, how nations interact, how the Nigeria interact with other countries in Africa, not only in Africa but in other continents of the world. How do Nigeria interact with US? How did Nigeria interact with China? How did Nigeria interact with Brazil and so many other countries of the world? So we are going to look at the aims, the course aim, the aims of this course. The basic aim we intend to achieve in this course is to expose each student to the reality of international relations and security challenges that are inherent in interstate relations. It is important that students is made to be aware that the possibility of conflict is not only constant element in international interaction, but also the cooperation is a constant variable in international relations. All these things, we are going to look at them in details as we proceed in this course. I believe that in the Module 1, Unit 1 and 2, that is where more emphasis is going to be laid on the global interaction and also the cooperation that is being constant in interstate relations. In module 2 or 3, or in module 3, we are going to look at the theories which are applicable for those of us that are into international relations to be able to know what we can do, how we can be able to achieve it in order for countries to be able to live in good harmony. In terms of security, there is no way whereby there can be total peace in the international relations or among nations. And this we are going to look at in the causes of it, or maybe you have studied it in the past. But as we progress in this course, we are going to look at what are the causes of war, and then why is it that there cannot be a total war peace in the international system. You know the essence of the birth of United Nations in 1945 after the Second World War. The essence of it is to promote peace among nations and then to be able to maintain what we call international peace. So let us also look at apart from the cause aims, we are also going to look at the cause objectives. There are several objectives that can be delineated from this course. In addition, each unit of this module or of this course has specific objectives. The unit objectives can be found at the beginning of each unit. That is why you as a student, or every student, is compulsory to download the course material, because the aims and the objectives are stated, and as I'm trying to explain, you will discover in the module that at the beginning of each unit the objectives are found there. You may also want to refer them. We may also want to refer them as you study the particular unit to check on the progress you are making. You should also look at the unit objectives after completing a unit, because at the end of each unit, because I've said that then in module 1 we have 4 units. So at the end of each unit, the aims and the objectives, or let me just say the objectives, are stated at the beginning. You should also look at the unit objectives after completing a unit. In this way, you can be sure that you have covered what is required of you in that unit. So by the time you study each unit, look at the objectives at the beginning. By the time that you are able to assess yourself, ask yourself that then, have I really comprehend the objective of this unit? And if you can be able to be very truthful to yourself by answering the questions, you'll be able to know that yes, you have acquired what is being meant for you to understand according to the objective of the unit. On successful completion of the course, you should be able, each student should be able to achieve or to be able to identify one thing and to be able to achieve about 15 objectives. One of them, I'm going to just say it in brief, one after the other. One, you should be able to identify the structural variants of international system. You should be able to describe the basics of international economic relations. You should be able to explain the system of international law. You should be able to deduce the origin and processes of international organizations. We are going to explain this as we go further. You should be able to explain the evaluation of modern international law, right? International law guiding every state, guiding every nation of the world. And once that a nation is a member of any international organization, there is an international law in which that if the country is a signatory to that organization, all the aims and objectives of that international organization is binding on it, and should be able to derive the sources of modern international law, should be able to generate the various theories of international relations, identify the nature and character of international security. She also be able to identify the various international actors and the mode of their interaction among the international relations. She be able to explain the nature of state power, list the conditions of international conflict. She be able to derive the mechanisms for resolving peculiar international conflict, outline the workings of peace processes, how peace are being identified or how peace are being achieved in each state. Let's take a very vivid example like what happened in 2011 between Sudan and South Sudan, how the conflict was able to resolve. Because based on research, the outcome of the research was able to discover that the war between South Sudan and Sudan lasted for the period of 190 years, and it was in 2011 that the two countries sat down together that how are they going to coexist, and they discovered that the best thing that they can be able to do is to secede. And if you study very well, right from 2011 up to date, about 10 years or thereabout, when South Sudan seceded from Sudan, the two countries have never had any issue to embark on another war. So we are going to look at we are going to outline the working of peace processes. We are going to derive how diplomacy has been useful in maintaining peace. And lastly, we are going to indicate the usefulness of collective security mechanism in the international relations. Okay, another aspect that we are going to look at in this course is working through this course. How can you be able to successfully work through this course? To complete this course, you are required to read the course. You are required to read the study units, read the recommended textbooks and other materials provided by the National Open University of Nigeria. At the end of each unit, there's a reference there. The authors of this module provided references. So you can go to libraries, you can Google on internet to find other materials that are relevant to this course, and on your own you study them, and then this one will bring you abreast to what the course is all about. All the units contain self-assessment exercise, and at this point in the course, you are required to submit tutor mark assignment for assessment process. At the end of this course there is going to be a final exam. You are going to write your final exam. Your final exam is over 70%, while the continuing assessment, or what you can refer generally as CA, carries 30% out of 100%. All right, let us look at the course materials for this course. One, in each module or in each unit, you are going to look at the course guide. Secondly, you are going to look at the course unit. Thirdly, you are going to look at the textbooks and other reference sources. And then you are going to look at the assignment file and the presentation. It cannot be sufficiently stressed that each student must obtain the test materials. They are provided by National Open University. You may also be able to purchase the materials from bookshops. And please, if you have any difficulties along the line, you are free to get in touch with your tutor, and I believe that your tutor will find a lasting solution to any difficulties or problem that you may have along the way. You may be asking that how can you have access to his phone? The phone number is going to be provided when the lecture fully starts. So let us now look at the study units. As I previously said at the introduction, that there are 21 study units in this course. So we are going to first of all look at Module 1. Module 1, it has 4 units. The first unit is Understanding the Growth and Development of International Relations. Unit 2, International Economic Relations. Unit 3, International Law. And Unit 4, International Organizations. Module 2 is Integration Theory. Module 2, Integration Theory. Unit 1, we have Integration Theory. Unit 2, System Theory. Unit 3, Balance of Power Theory. And Unit 4, Power Theory. In Module 3, you are going to have state, that's in Unit 1, you are going to have state actors in international relations. Unit 2, intergovernmental non-state actors. Unit 3, non-governmental non-state actors. And Unit 4, international personalities. And in Unit 4, you are going to have political power, that's in Unit 1. In Unit 2, you are going to have economic power. In Unit 3, you are going to have socio-cultural power. And likewise, in Unit 4, you are going to have the military power. So the last module, that's in Module 5 of this course, in Unit 1, you are going to have the nature and character of terrorism. By the time you go deep into this, you will know what's terrorism, what they are doing. On the surface, you know what they are doing in Nigeria. So we are going to look at it deeper. And then in Unit 2, we are going to look at securitism models. Unit 3, we are going to look at diplomacy. Unit 4, we are going to look at peace model. And Unit 5, in this Module 5, we are going to look at collective security system. Each unit contains a number of self-tests. That's each student is expected to test himself or herself to really know either they are achieving the aims and the objectives of this course. In general, these self-tests are based on the materials you have just covered or required to apply it in some way, because there's nothing, all the things that are being required of you in this very course are in the module. The additional materials or other sources whereby you can be able to find other materials, they are just to boost your knowledge, to increase what you have learned, because it is not everything that you can find in the module. Other materials that you are going to have access to, they will bring you abreast with everything that you ought to know as a student of international relations. They are to assist you to gauge your progress as well as reinforce your understanding of the material. With the tutor marked assignment, this exercise will assist you in achieving the stated learning objectives of the individual unit and of the course. The test, that's a set textbooks. These are the materials that you are going to find, apart from the module. These are the materials that you are going to find. There are good scholars seasoned lecturers and professors that have written good materials outside of this module that you are also going to find to be very, very relevant. So it is very important and very significant that you should visit other sources, libraries, buy textbooks, study them along with these modules. And then you discover that then at the end of the course, you can be able to beat your chest that really you have achieved the objectives of this course. Let's now look at the assignment file. There are many assignments for this course, with each unit having at least one assignment. These assignments are basically meant to assist you to understand the course. In this file, you will find all the details of the work you must submit to your tutor for marking. The marks you obtain for this assignment will count towards the final mark you obtain for the course. Further information on the assignment can be found in the assignment file itself, and later in this course guide in the section on assessment. So let us look at the assessment schedule. There are two aspects to the assessment of this course. The first one is that they are tutor mark assignment, and secondly, it is written examination. In tackling the assignment, you are expected to apply the information, the knowledge, and the experience you have acquired during this course. The assignment must be submitted to your tutor for final assessment in accordance with the deadlines stated in the assignment file. The work you submit to your tutor for assessments amounts to 30% of your total marks out of 100. Immediately you are able to carry out this assignment, so you are sure of getting 30 marks. Even if you don't get the whole 30 marks, at least if you are able to make up to half of it, that's 15 and above, up to 20. So it shows that you are on the path to pass the course. The examination will amount for the other 70% of your total coursework. Tutor mark assessment, it is called TMA. These are a number of tutor mark assignments in this course. You only need to submit 28 of them. The best 5 out of this 28, that's the 5 highest scores of the 28 tutor mark assignment are taken into account. Each assignment carries 20 marks, but on the average, when the 5 assignments are put together, each assignment will count for 10 marks, or will count for 10% towards your total coursework. This implies that the total marks for the best 3 assignments, which would have been 100 marks, would now be 30% of the total course mark. Examination and grading. This is 400 level. I believe that this is not new to you. The final examination for this course, that's international relations and security, will be on 3 hours duration, and it amounts for 70% of the total course guide. The examination will consist of questions which reflect the practice, exercises, and tutor mark assignment you have previously encountered. All area of the course will be assessed. So it is important for you to study the module from the beginning to the end, because nothing out of the course, out of the module will be said, and everything in the module will be said. So as a good student, we are preparing you right now in your own time, and according to lectures. You are being encouraged to attend your lectures as when due. You must make sure that you read it just as normally say, from pali to pali. That's it, from the beginning to the end. You must make sure that you study everything. All areas of the course will be assessed, as I've earlier said. When you complete the last unit, revise the entire course before the examination. You may find it useful to review your tutor marks assignment and comment on them before the examination. The final examination covers information from all aspects of this course. So we are going to look at it, as I've said, this is just the summary. The assignment, that's the best 4 or 5 of it, which amounts to 10% on the average. And then by the time we count it, then you are going to have 30% of course marks. And then the final exams, which amounts to the 70% of overall course mark. And the total, when you add 30 plus 70, it will give you 100 marks. So how to get the most, that's the best from this course? In this type of program that you are into, that's a distant learning, the study units replace the university lecture. In this place, most of the things that you are going to be getting from the tutor, from your tutor, is going to be like spoon feeding you. It's not going to be like a conventional university, because the tutor will take your plight into consideration and will try as much as possible to keep you abreast of everything that ought to be required in this course. This is one of the great advantage of distance learning. You can read and walk through these specially designed study materials at your own pace. That is, you can study it when you have closed from work. You have it at weekend, unlike in the universities, in the conventional universities. You don't have access, lecturers will never come and give you what they call it then, handout. Even some will not even give you the course reference or the resources, or the sources where you can be able to find. Just come into the lecture room, deliver his lecture and go. But this one, we call it tutor. We are here to tutor, and then the module being provided has really explained everything in detail. It has really explained everything in detail. Think of it as reading the lecture instead of listening to the lecturer. In the same way, a lecturer might give you some readings to do. The study unit tells you what to read and which are your test materials or your textbooks. You are provided exercise at appropriate points in each unit and likewise in the module, just as a lecturer might give you an in-class exercise. Each of the study units follows a common format. The first item is an introduction to the subject matter of the unit. That is what I'm doing now, and at the beginning of every unit, these are the things that I'm going to do. There is going to be an introduction, and how a particular unit is integrated with other units in the module. That's in module 1, and likewise in the subsequent module, that is in the course as a whole. Next to this is a set of learning objectives. These objectives let you know what you should be able to do by the right time you have completed the unit. These learning objectives are meant to guide your study. The moment a unit is finished, you must go back and check whether you have achieved the objectives. If this is made a habit, that's when you cultivate this into habit, then you will significantly improve your chances of passing the course at a flying color. The main body of this unit guides you through the required reading from other sources. This will usually be either from your textbooks or from the reading section. The following is a practical strategy for working through the course. If you run into any problem along the way, you can pick your phone and you get in touch with your tutor, with your lecturer, and I believe that he will do the needful, because this is the main objective of you coming to this university. Remember that your tutor's job is to help you to achieve this aim. When you need any assistance, do not hesitate to ask him, to call him and ask him to make provision for that. The following is a practical strategy for working through this course. We have a very good number of them. If I'm not mistaken, about it is up to 13 in points. So all these 13 points are being stated in the module. I'm just going to read the some, maybe the first 2 or 3. So the first one is that read through this course guide thoroughly. It is your first assessment. You must make sure that you read through it very well, you study it, you write down your questions, or you point out your question from what you have read, the areas that you don't understand, and you ask your tutor. The second one is that organize a study schedule. Design a course overview to guide you through the course. Note the time you are expected to spend on each unit and how the assignment relates to the units. Important information here is that details of your tutorial and the date of the first day of the semester is available on the university website. So, and then you are also going to make sure that you assemble the study materials. You will need your textbooks and the unit you are studying at any point in time. And lastly here, the last point here says, that's in point 7, says, after completing the last unit, review the course and prepare yourself for the final examination. Check that you have achieved the unit objectives stated at the beginning of each unit and the course objectives as well. So the tutor and tutorial, I've mentioned that one in the past, but let me just have a recap that there are 15 hours of tutorial provided in support of this course. You will be notified of the dates, times, and location for this tutorial, together with the name and phone number of your tutor. As soon as you are allocated the tutorial group, your tutor will mark and comment on your assignment. Keep a close watch on your progress and on any difficulties you might encounter, and provide assistance to you during the course. So these are the things that are expected of you during this period, and then we are going to look at them at the end of each unit. You also have a summary. So lastly, we are going to look at let me just break it down, because it seems that I'm taking up to 40 minutes now. So in the summary, we are going to attend this course. This course guide has introduced you to every aspect of the course in international relations and security. And I wish you success in this very course as we progress. So good day and God bless you.